To women's doubles, we turn our attention for a second time today to men's doubles. And this time, it's the World Championships silver medalists, Hoki and Kobayashi, up against the Olympic gold medalists, Yang and Wang Chi-Lin. Now, this is from the bottom half of the draw, and there you can see that Wang Chi-Lin and Yang, highest seeds left in the bottom half, because Lamsfus and Seidel beat the two-time beaten finalists here and reigning world champions, Asan and Setiwan. The number 2 seeds beat them in the very first round. But as you can see, the number 5 seeds, Aaron Cha and So-Wee Eek, they're also through to the second round. But what an opportunity in the bottom section of the draw. One of those 4 pairs to come through to the quarter-final stage. So the men's doubles discipline, well, we've lost our top 2 seeds. We didn't see it on that graphic, but I can tell you that Gideon and Sukamolio lost their match earlier today against teammates Pikri and Mulana. Very tight deciding game that was, but a big upset. Number 1 and 2 seeds gone in the men's doubles. But here are Takuro Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi. Left and right-handed combination. And their big result was reaching the final of the World Championships in Basel 2 years ago. Their opponents, the newly crowned Olympic champions, Yang and Wang Chi-Lin, only making their second appearance at the Denmark Open as a pair. 2 years ago, they lost in the second round to Komura and Sonoda, the Japanese pair that have now retired. They lost in 3 games 2 years ago, but their Olympic triumph was quite extraordinary. They played the semi-final and the final. They played such an aggressive, attacking, dynamic, exciting style of play. It really was reminiscent of Gideon and Sukamolio at their best. So this will be a second meeting between these 2 pairs, and the Olympic champions have won the only previous meeting. That was in the Asian Men's Team Championships in Manila last year, 21-19 in the deciding game, 1 hour and 4 minutes.
I will assign red to you and black is to you. And it's black. Hoki to serve. Who's to receive first? 1, 2, 3, 2. We change.
So Japanese pair won the toss, chose to serve. And for the Japanese combination, well, it's been a busy 3 weeks because they were selected for 4 matches in the Sudirman Cup in Vantaa in Finland, and then played 3 matches in Japan's Thomas Cup campaign. I should say 3 matches together, because Hoki played 1 match with a different partner. He's 26, as you can see, from Yamaguchi in the southwest tip of Honshu, the main island of Honshu. His partner, Yugo Kobayashi, the left-hander, from Miyagi Prefecture, also on the island of Honshu. 1 week they spent at the career high of 8 in the world. They've gone up 1 place on the world rankings this week, up to 15. Quarter-finalists here 3 years ago when they lost out to the eventual champions Gideon and Sukamolio. 5th appearance here, and as you can see in the first round, they beat He Ji-ting and Tang Qiang of China in just 25 minutes. And I was rather surprised at how one-sided and how easy that first round encounter was for the Japanese pair. Yang is 26 years of age. He's making his 5th appearance here, but as I say, as a combination, They're only making their second appearance. Their gold medal in Tokyo at the recent Olympic Games, they beat the former world champions Li Junhui and Liu Chen in the final. Wang Chi-Lin is 26 years of age, making his 5th appearance here, and he's actually been a semi-finalist at the Denmark Open. But it may surprise people to learn that was in the mixed doubles when he was promoted from the reserve list. That was 2 years ago with Chen Chi-Ya. Lost out to eventual champions Jordan and Octavianti. In their first round, they beat Govi Shem and Lo Juan Chen of Malaysia, 2 straight games. And Govi Shem is a former champion, so that was a convincing win. Govi Shem won the title here in 2016. So our court officials for this one from Switzerland and Germany, except there's been a bit of a change on the court officials from the information I've been given, because I can assure you the service judge is not Hupertz from Germany. And I'll consult with Steen. Do you know who this gentleman is?
I'm not really sure, but it looks like Susanto from Singapore, but
yeah, I think you may well be right.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Takuro Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi, Japan. And on my left, Li Yang and Wang Chi-Lin, Chinese Taipei. Takuro Hoki to serve to Wang Chi-Lin. Love all. Play.
So the World Championship silver medalists against the Olympic gold medalists. The Olympic gold medalists, Li Yang and Wang Chi-Lin, nearest to us, against Hoki and Kobayashi.
One love.
Oh, lucky neckboard from Wang Chi-Lin.
Two, love.
It really was an extraordinary Olympics for this pair from Chinese Taipei, wasn't it, Steen? Not only beating former world champions in the final, the fact that they lost their first group match against Ranki Reddy and Shetty. Then in the group beat Gideon and Sukamuljo, the world number ones. Quarter-final beat the All-England champions Endo and Watanabe. Semi-final beat the reigning world champions Hassan and Setia and beat them in 28 minutes. That's a heck of a series of results, isn't it?
yeah, and especially the magnitude of the wins after that 3-game match against Gideon and Sukamuljo. But it's not so unusual when you survive one of those I call them near misses, where a disaster threatening to happen in the first round or the second round of the tournament, but you manage somehow to survive, and then you feel like it's almost sort of like a free tournament you can play, because you were already basically out of the tournament.
Well, if it had been a normal tournament, like here at Denmark, they would have been out.
Yeah.
Because there's no second chances in World Tour events, apart from the World Tour finals, of course.
The last 2 Olympic champions in men's doubles, they've lost a match before winning. Jiang Nan and Fu Haifang lost in the group stage to Tan Wei Kong and Gobi Shem.
The pair they beat in the final.
Yeah.
3, 4.
That's also why it makes it so difficult to compare winners from different Olympics and so on, because the group stage system was only invented in 2012.
Oh, snatched at that. Well, in Tokyo, this man was absolutely on fire. Once it got to the knockout stage, Yang was intercepting at the front of the courts and was absolutely devastating in his form.
Yeah.
That's a lovely backhand from Wang Chi-Lin.
5-4.
Eddie Susanto from Singapore. You were absolutely right, Steen. Thank you for that.
Service over. 5.
You obviously pay attention to the court officials more than I do, Steen.
No, I saw he was due on the next match and then thought maybe there had been a change if someone needed a little break early.
Yep, well taken. Now, we were very impressed with Kobayashi in the Sudirman Cup. In fact, I think it was Morton and I that was commentating, and we really thought he was playing extremely well.
It's been a while since I've seen the two Japanese play.
Don't delay the service.
And they've got off to a good start, Hoki and Kobayashi, and they've really sort of been able to tame Yang, and I feel that it's so important when you play Wang and Li. You've got to try and get the better of Yang, because as you mentioned, Jill, if he gets his game going, then he's lethal. So a rally like that's really something for the Japanese to avoid, that he gets too many of those.
Yeah. But it's interesting you say they've made a good start, the Japanese player. They were up 4 down.
Yeah.
So...
But yeah, maybe I didn't pay enough attention in the first 4 rallies, but I can see Yang is walking around like he's not really super focused.
No.
He's doing what? Ooh.
Oh, that's a magnificent smash from Wang Chi-Lin. Well, they're challenging. I don't think they'll win that. I saw that as clearly in. And I'm pretty much looking straight down that line.
I used my 2 challenges earlier today.
There you are.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining.
That's one spotted, Jill.
Play.
Yeah, good smash by Kobayashi.
8-7.
Good shot.
Yeah. He does create wonderful angles, doesn't he? He's a tall man, is Wang Chi-Lin. 186, that's just over 6'1".
It's okay?
He does use his height well.
It's okay. Thank you, line judge. Wang Chi-Lin challenges called out.
Oh.
I think there was a support challenge. Support your partner, who's just hit it over the back line. Or did it stay in?
Yes, I wasn't paying attention on that one, I'm afraid. Yeah, clearly long.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. 9-8. Play.
It's just good placement of the drive there from Wang Chi-Lin. No, that's disappointing. Yeah, a little stamp of the foot after his service error.
It could be a tough day at the office for Lee and Wang.
Yeah.
But their coach, Chen Hongling, he's not bothered. He's looking at some women's doubles on the adjacent court once in a while.
11-9.
So maybe he's got it figured out.
Well, it's a 2-point advantage for the Japanese pair, Hoki and Kobayashi. And there is Chen Hongling, former partner of Wang Chi-Lin. Yeah, and that isn't even close. So, Steve, I'll buy you dinner if you can tell me the last Japanese pair to win the Denmark Open title, men's doubles.
Dinner? Have you seen me having dinner? Wow. This last Japanese pair.
To win the Denmark Open men's doubles discipline.
11-9.
Oh dear, service error. This time from Kobayashi. I'll give you a clue.
I'm not sure I know the names. It's a long time ago, right?
It's even before my era.
Yeah.
43 years ago.
Yeah, I only can remember two names from that time, and I believe they played singles, both of them. But I have to go with Ibi Kojima and Kenji Senior.
No, they did win it, but they weren't the last Japanese player to win.
No, I don't know.
Tsushida and Lino.
Yeah, I remember the names now. You tell me. But they weren't sort of regular winners, as I recall it. It was the era with Chun Chun and Bayudi and Christian and Chandra. Yoshitaka Lino,
11-12.
I think was his name.
Yeah, that's correct.
And Masao Tsushida.
That's it. Gosh, if only you'd thought about that bit longer, I would have been buying you dinner.
No, I wouldn't have gotten it. I can say that, honestly.
Oh, I was just about to say that was a good fault serve. But too high, called on Kobayashi.
12-13. Service over. 14-12.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It's one of the
13-14.
advantages for Wang and Lee when they're playing at their best, that they can play in the opposite formation with Wang at the net and Lee at the backcourt, and they're still both dangerous in those positions.
Yeah.
Service over. 15-13.
And it's a good move by Hoki. He's putting a lot of pressure on Lee Yang at the front court there.
Now, that's a little bit of luck, but quite frankly, I thought his interception of the third shot was brilliant. Sort of gone past him. Yeah, well taken. That's proving your point, Steen. I'm Chi-Lin. More than happy to go forward.
Yeah, good eye for the game on the front court as well as on the back court, where he's pretty lethal with his big smash.
Oh, that's a wild one.
Service over. 17-14.
And they really haven't been playing well, Lee and Wang.
Play on.
But the good news for them is that they're only 3 points adrift.
Yeah, that's put away with such efficiency.
15-17.
Very acute angle.
Play.
It's almost kind of a slam dunk kill.
Yeah.
Change the shot.
Wang Chi-Lin slides like a sea lion.
Wang Chi-Lin, back on court, please.
More like a ski jumper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play.
3-point advantage. And 3 points away from the opening game. Japanese combination. That's another service error. He's been faulted once and 2 service errors for Kobayashi.
Service over. 19-16.
Yeah.
Service over. 17-19.
Good length on the lift in that rally.
Takuro to receive.
It's the Olympic champions.
That's what we saw so much of in Tokyo. Great interception. Just 1 point in it now.
Play on.
Oh, what
Yeah, that's
a
perhaps,
net shot.
that's perhaps just what he needs.
Yeah. Well, it was a pretty good net shot from Kobayashi, but look at that from Li Yang. My goodness me. So 19 all. Who's going to have the game point?
No,
Came off
You
the
got
frame
that.
of the racket. Well, the answer is the game point opportunity falls to the Japanese pair. Well, he made a service error the last time he served, Kobayashi. And they take the opening game to Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi
Hoki
against the
and Yugo
Olympic
Kobayashi,
champions.
21-19.
21-19 confirms the umpire. The error from Wang, Chi-Lin. 18 minutes for the opening game.
Kobayashi.
And the Olympic champions are in trouble.
So Wang Chi-Lin here. Now you do something cross. Wang Chi-Lin no. Sometimes push. Cross push. Okay. You have changed your style. No. He serve. Wang Chi-Lin here. Your choice. Your choice. Okay. Some cue me only 준비. So last. Kobayashi. If hockey stop the. Or hockey half. You have. You follow half. Higher. The hockey here. Hockey 준비 right. You follow. Not like this. Very slow. You have to follow higher. Huh? Yeah, and up. Yeah. But first is hockey control. Then you have to follow. Huh? Is it?
サイドに行った時にこう止まってるからクロスとかにこう速いの待ってるからそういう相手見てクロスに高いのでもいい。
Thank you.
Important is some cue man. Come on, 中心。
OK。大丈夫よ。もう一回。
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Well, I find that coaching from Tan Kim-He to the Japanese pair very, very interesting. And the reason I tell you that, Steen, is because when we were at the Sudirman Cup, he was only talking to Hoki.
Yeah.
In fact, he had his back to Kobayashi, and he was giving all his instruction to the right-hander.
Yeah.
And now he's stood back. He'd spoken to both of them. I think that's much, much better. And very interesting too. Here he is, Tan Kim-He.
Play.
Well, Li Yang and Wang Chi-Lin, the Olympic champions, have played 4 individual tournaments this year. They've won 4 individual tournaments. Unless they up their game, they're in danger of, for the first time this year, not winning the title at the tournament they're playing at in individual competition. But let's remember they're not unbeaten in individual competition because of that loss in the Olympics. Do you think they'll change their game plan, the Olympic champs?
I don't think so. They don't come across as a pair that suddenly says, okay, now we go defense.
No.
But they might feel a little bit more, if we're right about this, that there's a little bit more drift today, they might feel more secure. But that definitely didn't help.
No. I just wondered whether there might be a little more commitment coming forward, especially from Li Yang.
Yeah.
I mean, you made a comment earlier today about, you know, it was in the women's doubles, about you might as well go for it.
Yeah.
And I just wondered whether perhaps that was going to be the philosophy from Li Yang.
I think it could very well be, but it's difficult when you started out the way he started out to sort of get yourself together, where your opponents, they've been playing full focus the whole first game, so there needs some, it's like they need a trigger of some kind, some long rally or some special thing that goes their way or whatever. So it could very well be a tough day at the office if they're going to win it. Now what's he doing there in the pit back?
Three, two, play.
shaking his leg, shaking his arm all the time.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Tension or an injury? We don't know.
No, or maybe slept badly, or yeah.
The drop shot.
It's a Japanese pair that you can definitely lose.
3-0.
I mean, if we cut out the Olympics, then we would have this as an entirely equal match, I guess.
Yes.
And Hoki and Kobayashi, they were not at the Olympics.
No. In fact, with the Japanese pair having won the silver medal at the last World Championships, with possibly putting aside the head-to-head record and that only previous matchup in Manila, I think we might even have the Japanese pair as favourites.
Yeah.
But the status of being Olympic champions carries a burden of expectation, doesn't it?
It does, and so far they've shouldered it brilliantly, but there comes a time when you're losing.
And you're seen as a target by all other pairs.
Exactly.
Everybody says, right.
Everybody's playing their best against you.
Yeah. And everybody is analysing you.
But the worrying thing for some opponents is that they should already have started analysing following their 3 wins in Thailand in January. And I mean, Shetty and Rankireddy, they had them. And suddenly Li Yang plays
5-0.
freely. I think a lot relies on I mentioned earlier, I think a lot relies on him. He's the more up and down player, so to speak. I think Chi-Lin normally holds a quite high level.
Always challenge here. Yeah.
Challenges.
No, I thought that was probably in.
Out.
If I'd been the linesman there, it would have gone too fast for me to follow.
Here we go. Yep.
Correction in.
Good challenge.
Service over. 6. 5. Play.
That one's gone long. There was slight confusion between the players from Chinese Taipei. Who was going to play that? Oh, that's great defence.
7, 6.
And he wasn't even going for it, Li Yang. Suggesting that Wang Chi-Lin should have moved out from the net to cover that one.
Service over. 7-0.
Once they are on the attack, the pair from Chinese Taipei, it's rarely that they don't actually win the rally, isn't it?
No.
8-7.
Ooh, definitely on.
No, it didn't go over.
Taking the Japanese side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm not sure it even made the net. Yeah, it did.
Wait. Thank you. Play.
Oh, good coverage.
Lovely change of pace from Takuro Hoki.
8-all.
They're also playing really well, Hoki and Kobayashi. We have to give them credit for that as well. There's some championship dust over that from 2019. Fantastic save by Kobayashi there.
It's gone wide. Yeah. Great reactions on his defensive play. And then turning the defence. That's his third service error.
9-all.
They've done well. Hoki and Kobayashi, they've controlled the Olympic champions, played them below the tape once in a while, taking up the challenge in the flat game and then blocked it or take the pace out to get the initiative.
That was a wonderful net shot though from Wang Chi-Lin, wasn't it?
Play.
Run off to get a new racket.
Just in time.
Unbelievable. Yeah, good placement of the smash from Yugo Kobayashi. And the 1 point advantage is with the World Championship silver medalist. Take a look at this. He plays the net shot off. He rushes back on to play the defensive shot. Brilliant, brilliant placement of the smash towards the right hip for Wang Chi-Lin.
Card 1, 20 seconds. Card 1, 20 seconds. Players back on court. Wang Chi-Lin.
Service receive, only focus. Okay. Okay, you here, 0-0, long service, okay. There 1-0 long service. Okay. Huh? If you serve Wang Chi-Lin, 2 star only. See you? Yeah. So 2 star only, Wang Chi-Lin. If you go service, focus,
Missed it. Oh. Well, line judge initially indicated in, then changed his mind when Hoki said, well, I'll challenge that. And the pair from Chinese Taipei didn't bother to challenge because it was so clearly long.
And from court number 3.
Yeah, it's playing well. It's Kobayashi.
Right now, I don't see the Olympic champions get out of this
No, nor do I.
with their tournament live intact.
His opponent from Indonesia, Tommy Sudiarto.
Yeah, you said early on that it was a bad day at the office for the Olympic champions, and they're just,
It could be.
yes, they just don't have that sparkle that we saw in Tokyo.
No. But it's also credit to Hoki and Kobayashi, who's done it difficult, made it difficult
Absolutely.
for them, and who's played better than the Olympic champions today.
Umpire court 3 from the Olympics.
This just doesn't happen by chance. It happens because there's someone matching them.
Oh, this is a 5-point cushion now, 5 straight points.
And now Wang Chi-Lin has also sort of gone down in body language and confidence.
Absolutely. Six straight points.
16.
And surely this is decisive.
Yeah, I see it as decisive. I don't think they'll get back. Yeah, that would take a total transformation of the pair from Chinese Taipei. Yeah, that was a good miss hit. How steep was that?
11.
Yeah.
16.
Look where the shuttle lands. Yeah, it's in front of both of the Japanese players.
Well, as you mentioned in the previous match, we saw the Danes come back in the men's doubles, Astrup and Rasmussen, but they had a game in the bag. That was for avoiding a third game. Here it's for tournament life.
11.
Against two very well playing silver medalist from 2019.
Service over.
Well,
12.
it surely has to be now or never as far as the Olympic champions are concerned. You know, I think Li Yang needs to be very careful that he's not faulted for moving his foot. I think he almost walks into that serve. Of course, as soon as he's struck the shuttle, he's allowed to move his feet. But look at this.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? That left foot.
And it's very difficult to see without rolling it frame by frame, but that doesn't help him. He can be perfectly okay if the umpire or the service just doesn't see it like that. Then it's a fault.
Yeah, look at the frustration for Li Yang.
And the key is to get it below the tape. There's no doubt about it.
Service over. 14. 18.
Yeah.
15, 18.
4 of the last 5 points. Well.
A little bit of tension with the Japanese. Hoki signaling. Let's just stay calm.
Kobayashi, stay on court. Stay on court.
Well, I have to say, Hoki got very nervous when I watched him at the Sudirman Cup.
Yeah, no, he's jumping up and down outside the picture. That would be a steal if they could win this set, Wang, Chi-Lin and Yang.
Both leaving it for the other. And that was an important point as far as the Japanese pair was concerned. In fact, it was an important point for both, wasn't it? It was either 17-18 or, as it is, 19-16.
Save silver. 17, 19. Play on.
So match point opportunities
20.
for the World Championship silver medalists against the Olympic gold medalists. That's gone long, and Hoki and Kobayashi come through against the Olympic champions in 2 straight games, 21-19, 21-17, in a match lasting just 40 minutes.
Match won by Hoki
And
Kobayashi.
their perfect records in 2021 has come to an end for Li Yang and Wang Chi-Lin. Started the year so well. 3 titles in 3 weeks in Thailand. Followed it up with the Olympic gold medal. But today was all about Takura Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi. Played with a lot more freedom than we saw them in the team competitions. And all credits to the Japanese pair. Thoroughly deserved their victory. As you saw, 21-19, 21-17. So through to the quarter-final. Japanese combination.
Welcome. Technical
So after the